Hi, this is JJ Gat. Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, I invite you to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. For those of you who are not, welcome back. So I promise this is not a new channel, but this is a channel I've revamped, and I promise to every Monday share some tidbit news information from my own memory museum, from my experience of being a 10+ year content creation blogger, lifestyle person out here in the social media online world with you who are new to it and may not know these tips. Wednesdays is Definition Wednesdays, and I share a definition of a term that you may or may not know. And then Friday is social media, when I just give some new social media tips and hacks that you may not know about. So for today's session, I'm going to be talking about two things that I did not do, or two lessons I learned too late in life, like two lessons I learned from being out here in the business for over 11 years, going on 12, 13 years now. And these two things, had I known about them, or had I been more cognizant or aware or educated about them, I would have made a lot of different decisions, and I think I would be farther along in my business, or would have taken more lucrative routes and done different things differently, because I would have taken advantage of knowledge, that information, resources, assets that I had at my fingertips, but I let slip away. Wah, wah, wah. So the first one is not taking advantage and not maximizing the full potential of my audience. So let me back up a little bit. So I started a pregnancy blog to document my last pregnancy, called Belly Itch Blog, for when I was pregnant with my third child. That was back in 2007. A friend suggested, since I told her that I was not planning to do a baby book, you know, the traditional baby book you do with your first pregnancy, and maybe your second. I said for the third, I'm not doing it. So she suggested I do a blog. So I did that blog, and what happened was that around the same time, there were some celebrities that were pregnant. I think it was Christina Aguilera, Halle Berry, who's the other person? Nicole Richie. So what I did, was share news and information about them, because I was like, I'm going through pregnancy. I know people like celebrities. I like these celebrities. So I was sharing that. And so it grew organically, and I was just sharing celebrity pregnancy news. Eventually, I started getting tons and tons of traffic, where it was like 250,000 of viewers monthly. And at that time, there weren't that many. Right now, a lot of the mainstream newspapers, CNN, New York Times, USA Today, all these well-known, well-established legacy media entities now do what we call celebrity bump watch. After Beyonce and Kate Middleton and Halle Berry and all these various A-list celebrities started getting pregnant, and they realized that there was a public infatuation, public craving, interest in this area of entertainment news. And so they started covering it. But before then, it was just me, a site called Knocked Up Celebs. There was thebump.com, Cafe Mom, The Stir, I think Pop Sugar, and maybe Celebrity Babies, or like 5 or so sites that did that. And so what happened is that meant I have a nice slice of the niche market. And what used to happen, not only did I used to get about 250,000 hits monthly, also back then there was this thing called Feedburner. And so Feedburner allowed people to subscribe to your blog. And back then blogs were more popular, and there weren't that many, but allowed you to subscribe. And so I had like upwards to 40,000 subscribers. So I had access to 40,000 people, and I just didn't do anything with them. And at one point, Feedburner closed down, and they told all these people who own these blogs and websites, you want to go and scrub the emails from the people who subscribe to your feed, because we're going to shut down. I didn't do that. I ignored it. They warned me several different times. And I was just like, yeah, I just took it for granted. And I really also did not know the value and the importance of getting people's email. I'm going to tell you about that in a few minutes, a little bit down the line. But because I did not know it, I took it for granted, and I didn't take it seriously. And I regret that. It's one of my biggest regrets, is not scrubbing down those emails in time. And so having to rebuild, imagine it's really, really hard to build up a subscriber list of like 10, 100, 200, 300. Imagine having, had been in the game for a little while, having an exclusive market and built up 50,000 just like that. I didn't really have to work hard for them. That's what happens sometimes. You have to work hard for something, you take it for granted. Another thing is that I was the administrator. I'm what you call a first responder, not first responder, early adopter. So I was the administrator of a lot of Facebook groups. And back then, Facebook, we're new. They didn't really, MySpace was going out. They didn't really know how to monetize their site. And so they didn't understand how they can make money off it at that time. So they gave people like me who owned Facebook groups, who were administrators and moderators of Facebook groups, they just let everyone see what we put it. So we put a content, I'd share blog posts on my Belly Itch blog page or a Facebook page I was monitoring, and it went to everyone. Millions of people saw it. So imagine now if your post gets seen by millions of people, you can invite all those millions of people to see it, to like your page, invite them to come back to your blog, become audience members, build a community, build a following, build an audience that way based on your social media feed. Nowadays, you may or may not know that for Facebook realized that the way they make money and the way they do make their money is off of businesses. Businesses who are taking advantage of this big group of consumers and customers and readers, audience, and social media platform people who come to Facebook to meet up, to discuss things, to share topics, news, ideas, information, catch up with their old high school friends or their church buddies and things like that, and just, be inspired, or, to get away from the day or whatever. And so they know all these businesses want access or use their platform, so they charge. So they don't send our posts anymore. When we do a post, it does not go. We have to figure different ways, use different apps. Like I will share that one day on a future tip of how to get people to actually see how to beat the algorithm, because the algorithm is such, and as soon as when Facebook identifies that you are a business or selling a service or even a platform, or even your audience is a blogger or a vlogger or a YouTuber or podcaster, as soon as they realize that you want access, your audience is on their platform, they slow down and do not let people see your content. So back then I had access to all these folks, and I really just didn't do what I need to do to drive those folks to come back to my blog, capture their emails, and reach out to them, which is really important. And why that is important is because today I was looking at a video from a woman who has a very popular Instagram page and Facebook page, and Instagram and Facebook both shut her down. Luckily for her, her page was popular enough and it was well known that people sought out for it. They advocated for her. They rallied. They waited for her to come back. But for the average person who doesn't have 14, 15 million followers, if something you do, someone reports you, there's some copyright violation, any of those social media sites can immediately shut you down. Once they shut you down, that's it. That's the end of your audience. You have no other way to reach them and say, hey, I'm over here now, or I'm over this place, or follow me. So you have to have some sort of website presence. Even if it's as basic as a landing page. Right now, I'll put a link down your site. You can get a WordPress.com site for free, a blogger site for free, and then you just purchase, perhaps GoDaddy, for even 99 cents, they have sales, purchase a domain. WordPress will give you a domain for $18 and connect to your WordPress.com account, just so you can have a home, a base, and then you can put like a form that says, for more information, fill this form out and we keep up with you. Or if you have WordPress.org, which is self-hosting, you can have a pop-up, and the pop-up can tell people if you're interested in this, and I want to let you know we have updates, subscribe. So have some sort of home place where people who know you on social media can go and you can capture their email and reach out to them. Because even though there's a school of thought that says email marketing is played out, people aren't doing it anymore, that's not necessarily true, because today and age, people still do look at their emails. People do, that's like an intimate one-on-one way of connecting with folks, and people still look at that as that, you come into their front door versus they going out into the world and joining in and logging into Facebook, logging into Snapchat, logging into, and they taking the steps to go to those places. When you go in someone's email, that's the equivalent of you coming to the door and knocking at the door. So they can choose to click and open up and see what you want, or they can, see what you want and say, I'm not buying it, or they can see what you want and say, yeah, come on in, I'm buying it. So those closer ways of interacting and engaging with your audience, subscribers, podcast audience, whatever you're submitting with your audience is, it's better through email. So the fact that I didn't use social media platforms and then also the feed earlier on to capture and hold and then also communicate with that is the biggest mistake I've had. I think it's like a multi-million-dollar mistake, because through that you can not just grow your community, but at some point when your community or your business, your platform, if it's a blog, whatever, becomes a business and you need to monetize it, you can also offer those audiences, say, well, I provide you service through all my blogs. You get it for free for the most part. So here's a partner selling this. I know because you're a parent, you're interested in this. So, but if you buy this stroller that this person asked me to tell you about, I'll get a share commission now. It's keeping your business. So imagine if I had 550,000 subscribers, those millions and millions of folks all on my list, and I'm able to tell them that that's a very, very lucrative way of earning income and keeping the business live, but also being like a substantial amount of income from that presence there. So that's the first mistake, is not monetizing, not taking advantage of my email list and subscribers and visitors as early as possible I could. The second biggest mistake, I think, is just being a Jill of all trades. I have that on my Facebook motto, whatever, that I'm a Jill of all trades. And you know, there's a saying that says Jack of all trades, master of none. And so I did a spin on that one for Jill because I'm a woman. But the thing about that is that not being a master of one is because I'm one of those people, because I'm small, independent. As a new site comes up or pops up, let's say a Foursquare, or let's say a Google Plus or a Pinterest, these are newer social media platforms or just popular platforms. So when they came up, you know, the bigger sites, my competitors, I mentioned I have 4 or 5 competitors, they may have more hierarchy before they get on to a new platform. There may be more steps to take before they join. They have to do more research. But if you're just a one-woman shop or one woman plus a little bit of help shop, it's easier for me to just create a presence and cop on and be there. So at one point in Foursquare, for example, I was the only celebrity parenting blog, celebrity parents, celebrity pregnancy presence on that site. So if anyone was looking for that or looking for it, I was the one place to go. So I got all the traffic for that. So, and my competitors weren't there yet. And so what I did was I made it a point when Google Plus was big, I joined. Pinterest was big, I joined. And the problem with that is that I didn't necessarily stay in one place, learn everything about. Because what happens is a lot of these platforms, they change their terms of service, they change their features, they adjust things. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I see like a blogger who just came out 2 or 3 years ago, like 6 or 7 years after me, is like quit her job because she's making all this money on Pinterest. I'm like, whoa, hold up for a second. I was on Pinterest before you. I was a blogger before you. How are you able to quit your job? But because that's the one platform that she chose, and she realized she was having success on that, and she just watched it. She monitored, she followed them, she did everything she needed to do, and she just took care of business. And same thing with Instagram. There's folks that they make a lot of money on Instagram because that's the one platform they're on. They nurture it, they go there, they do everything they need to do on that platform, and they learn everything they need about, and they make their money off of that or build their business or community from that. Same thing with Snapchat. So what I was doing was I had my hands in too many different pots. So I did have a ubiquitous presence. So I did have people contact me and think there was a team because they see me everywhere they go. They see Belly Itch or they see my blog posts and they were like, oh, you're everywhere. Like, whoa. But the thing about it is, you know, and so they would say Team Belly Itch, or they would just talk to me as if I had this large team of people, and it wasn't really just me, it was people, just me. But I just knew how to establish a presence in a lot of different places. But the thing about it is you can't just establish a presence. You have to have a presence there, a real true presence where you're organic, you're engaged with people, you're talking with people. You can't just auto post, because people, as soon as people realize, oh, they're auto posting and there's not a real human behind those posts, they don't regard it as much, and so they don't follow it and they don't engage, because they're not going to get authentic engagement back. And so the reason why they're not going to get authentic engagement back is because I'm in 2 different places and it's a really one-person shop. And I didn't have a team, or when I did have a team, I didn't dedicate someone as a job to be a social media person to just nurture those different places. And so now, like 10 years later, realizing that other people have been doing well, now I know, okay, everything I did not do, I'm starting from scratch. I'm doing now. So I'm building my little list, I'm nurturing my list, I'm serving independently, working through them, you know, so doing the list building slowly, and then also I'm not spreading myself thin with social media platforms. I'm just doing YouTube now because its video is big, and not everyone goes to blogs anymore, and I know there's audiences in social media platforms, but I do have a blog home, so I'm just doing social media and then Pinterest, and that's it. I do have Instagram presence, I have a minor Snapchat presence, and some Facebook presence, so I could do Facebook, but I think my advice to people is just to find one platform that works with you, nurture that platform, do all your interests, and throw everything into that platform, and that's it, and just do that one. And once you grow a community, when you go to another platform, most likely it's easier for them to navigate and follow you over there. I know a lot of people who were big on Vine, that's what they did. So when Vine was big, they were big, and when these other platforms came about, they're not even here anymore. But I do remember going over to new platforms and seeing people who are big celebrities already on there. The platform like 2-3 days old. It's because those people from those old platforms are able to just get all their fans to go to this other platform, sign up, and that way they were instantly on the top. But that's because they nurtured and grew that audience at that one place. So anyway, so that's my advice. This is 15 minutes long, longer than I wanted it to be. But it is some pieces of advice. It's like a story. It's just interesting. I think it's interesting. But if you want to learn from the masters, learn from who been there before, and learn from our mistakes and do better and excel, this is a story that you need to know and actually put into place. So that's it. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was interesting. I hope that was useful to you. This is JJ Gadd. I invite you to like, subscribe, comment, because if I don't get likes, I've gotten some likes, I've gotten some subscribers. It's growing really, really slow. However, I need the comments to give me some encouragement to say, okay, you're doing well, keep going, keep at it. I do get that from folks who I share this post on Facebook. When I post with friends, if they're my friends. So I just need you out there, if you're a subscriber, to comment, like, let me know that I'm doing the right thing so I can continue. People need encouragement, you know. So anyway, so that's it. I'll still keep doing it anyway. I like it. It's a passion project of mine, but I need to get some comments. Thanks. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.